In the heart of Death Valley, there is a gravel road leading to a boardwalk, leading to an unexpected trail. We have come to explore the rich geological and human history of this remarkable place.
We are not young. We are not in a hurry. We like to study the landscape features and the small details, the flora, the fauna, the long arc of geological history.
We believe, like Aristotle, that in all things of nature there is something of the marvelous. We are Elizabeth and Terry. We are two on a trail. So where are we, Terry?
Salt Creek.
Salt Creek. Let's go find the pupfish, okay? Death Valley is in the heart of the traditional homeland of the Timbisha Shoshone, who with their neighbors, the northern and southern Paiute, have stewarded this land since time immemorial. As desert and mountain dwellers, they created a rich, interconnected culture and still live and thrive here. It's really beautiful. It's just sort of greeny tan grass and these white hills and the blue mountains in the background. Beautiful.
The creek is probably toxic.
To us, but not to the pupfish.
There's pupfish in there. I see them swimming around.
Or maybe there are other kinds of fish in here too.
Salted cod. Salt Creek is an environment of extremes, and in this place is a tiny fish which has inhabited North America for the last 5 million years. They can survive temperatures from near freezing to more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit and salinity several times that of seawater. Their survival strategy could be summed up as live hard and die young. The playful courtship and feeding behaviors, like frisky puppies, earned their common name pupfish. Most live only a year or less. In one season, up to 3 generations of fish can reach maturity before the onset of summer and the drying of shallow ponds, when they must migrate upstream to survive in deeper water.
Salt Creek was once a place of abundant water, with palm trees and reeds lining the shores of an ancient Miocene lake. Pupfish thrived in its waters, and camels, primitive horses, lion-sized cats, and mastodons waded in to drink, leaving their tracks in the mud. Today, nothing remains of these mammals except for their fossil tracks.
Later, during the Pleistocene Ice Age, Lake Manly filled this basin at least twice, the latest around 10,000 years ago. When the climate became more arid and the lake dried up, the pupfish were isolated in permanent water holes throughout the desert and evolved into separate species. Here in Death Valley, just 2 species, including the Salt Creek pupfish, still survive. And here's the home of the pupfish. There's billions of them in there.
Really? I don't see any.
Well, there's a whole bunch of them. They just went that way when we approached. Looks like the trail continues on out there.
Oh, it does. We might have to come back.
Just go on out there. See how far that trail goes.
Yeah, I think so.
Another lizard. 2 lizards.
Oh, there they are. Yeah, they really do kind of swarm.
Don't go that way. There's a trail that goes that way. There she goes. Bye, honey.
Well, here we are back at Salt Creek. It's really beautiful out here. It's pretty nice out today. It's not really hot. There's a wind, cool wind blowing, kind of from the north. Oh, did we lose our trail? So this was this route that the 49ers took. Somewhere in here they got desperate and burned their wagons and killed their oxen for food, and then I don't know what they did. Pickleweed and saltgrass inhabit the borders of Salt Creek, and both have evolved strategies for dealing with a high mineral content of this terrain. Pickleweed, the most salt-tolerant plant in the desert, is a succulent and extrudes salt into its green to yellow stems, which look like segments of beads or pickles. When too much salt builds up in the stems, the plant replaces it with fresh growth. Saltgrass excretes salt to their leaf surfaces, using the glittering crystals to help reflect the intense sun. Native people used saltgrass as a seasoning, collecting it by threshing the leaves. Insects are drawn to this place, which are eaten by killdeer, a type of bird, which in turn are eaten by coyotes or even sidewinder snakes.
That's the one right there going back out.
Yeah, that's the big hill we just came down. Okay, so where are we, Terry?
We're at Jayhawkers Well.
Okay, or McLean Spring?
Right. According to this sign, the Jayhawkers were part of a larger group of men with colorful names. The Mississippi Boys, the Briars, the Bug Smashers, they were from Georgia, who were on their way to the gold fields of California. They decided to take a shortcut across this seemingly unknown, unnamed valley. By the time they arrived here in December of 1849, they discovered that continuing with oxen and wagons was impossible. So they stopped to slaughter their animals using their burning wagons to dry the meat. All but one survived their desperate time in this valley, but it left a formidable impression. They continued on foot up and over the Panamint Mountains, and as they left, so the story goes, one of them turned and said, "Goodbye, Death Valley."
We are back on the boardwalk. So what do you think about this hike, Terry?
I wouldn't do it again.
You have to be tough to survive in Death Valley. Oh, man, how pretty is it?